guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this book haul. I am very, very excited that I am actually able to do hauls now because I kind of slid back. Is that the word? I kind of slowed up on hauls, mainly because I had a lot of books. If you've seen my other videos, you know, over 60 plus books that I had gotten 2024 and before, and I was like, I need to get these off my TBR. I've been doing that, and by the time you see this video, I will probably have finished all of them, but I think I only have like 5 books that are still on my TBR from before. The last couple of months, I've just been focusing on reading those, so I haven't been doing my TBR for the month video because it's like, I already told y'all, I'm trying to read these months. Now, not saying I haven't thrown in a couple other books, so you will have heard about some of them in the wrap up for August, because that's going to happen before this. And then you'll, of course, see some in September that I started reading in August. Does that make sense? No, the wrap up for July, July and then August. Either way, you will have seen that I've added some other things that weren't just on that TBR. So for those of you who are new, that's why I'm so excited about being able to do another book haul. Even though I know I just did one. I was like, yay, back into buying books. So this is actually a book haul and then a book decor haul because I actually was able to find some things that are so super cute for people who just like to decorate their library that they have at home. I'm not even going to put it on quotes because a library is your library. However it is, who wants to decorate like their library, their book setup, their book room, whatever you have. I have some cute pieces, and y'all, there are so many more out there that I'm going to go and get, but I had to pace myself because I'm not supposed to be shopping, but I found a loophole, and I'll tell you about it in a second. Anyways, let's go over the books we have. We have books from the Dollar Tree, which I am so happy about. I can't wait to tell you about. We have some from Barnes & Nobles and then my local bookstore. So let's go ahead and get started with the Barnes & Nobles finds. And that's these 3 books. So I'm going to go, see my decor, don't be acting right. This poor picture frame, like this little kickstand is on this last leg, y'all. It's on this last leg. And it's missing a screw. So, you know, when you hit it, it kind of moves. So, I'm just going to put this on the floor right now so it don't act up the rest of this video. So, the first 3 books I have are from Barnes & Nobles. And I got to start with this one because I've been waiting on this man to drop a book since I read his first one. Probably one of my favorite authors, co-signed by R.L. Stine, and R.L. Stine did not lie, is Jimmy Giuliani's new book called 13 Months Haunted. His first book, Dead 11, hands down my favorite. I have not read a book better than Dead 11. The closest would be the Indian Lake trilogy by Stephen Graham Jones, because that's my guy too, one of my favorites. But his new book is out. I will say I don't like the shiny cover, but that's beside the point. That's beside the point. But I'm excited about this book. It's called 13 Months Haunted by Jimmy Giuliani, author of Dead 11. It comes when you're alone. Y'all, I love the throwback. His first book was definitely 90s throwback. And this one is definitely going to be giving us some throwback vibes as well because we can see a CD and you know 90s, 2000s, that's where it was at. Ideal for fans of Stephen King and Stranger Things. Great, scary fun by Craig DeLuey, author of Episode 13. He also wrote another book. I can't remember the book right now. I read it. It was cool. There was some things I had, because I'm like, man, why'd you choose violence? But yeah, that book was cool. But this one, I'm excited about. I have no clue what it's about. I'm going into it blind. But this book is out now, so I had to go grab it. The next one is 5 Found Dead. It's by Solari Gentile, USA best-selling author of The Woman in the Library, if you've read that. Signature Solari Gentile, sharp, funny, and fresh. Zervla McTiernan, #1 international best-selling author. So I'm guessing this is an international author. And I am just kind of assuming over the name, but then this one is an international author. So maybe this isn't like a US-based author. I don't know. I've never read anything by this author. But I'm excited, y'all, because it's on a train. And I like when stuff happens on trains. I don't know why. It's just so cozy and creepy at the same time. So on a train, there are only so many places to hide. So basically, they're on the Orient Express. There's a writer who just kind of, went through something super tragic, or not tragic, but a battle. It says a battle of his life. Has won the most brutal battle of his life. So something major, and he's a writer, and his sister, who's his twin, brought him on the Orient Express in Paris to get some rest, rejuvenation, and get him to start writing. So that actually works, and then somebody ends up like dead. But like I feel like this is the one that I read where like they didn't have the body, and it's like we don't know where the body is. It's somewhere on the train. We need to find out who the killer is. So I was like, okay, I love this, and I guess 5 people about to die because it's 5 found dead. Excited. The next one is The Red Letter by Daniel G. Miller. Never read anything by him, but it says Irresistible by James Patterson. Hopefully they ain't lying, because you know sometimes they be lying. So this one is a dead body, a mysterious red letter. So apparently this woman who has Hazel, she's escaped like something that she's trying to leave in the past. You know, they always trying to leave something in the past, and then something come back and find him. And that's her case, but every time there's a red letter found, there's like a body, but she has to open the letter to figure out who did it. That's what's going on in this one. So super excited to read that. So those are our Barnes & Noble's finds. Now we're going to go to the local bookstore. The first book that I got from there is called Night Watcher by Daphne Wollstonecraft, host of Going West, a true crime podcast. So I guess this author also has a true crime podcast. Chilean Atmospheric by Geneva Rose. Her little book that I had read was cute, but girl, it was like a romance until the end. But I ain't trusting to read another one of her books. I ain't got time for that. Lifetime with a little twist at the end. That's what that book remind me of. Can't remember the name, but y'all might know what I'm talking about. It's when she went to the little cabin or something like that. That one. But this is a novel. It's called Night Watcher, and y'all, I can't remember what it's about. I did read it. I can't remember anything. Oh, okay. So basically, this is another one of those, I think, like something happened in the past, and somebody's being stalked. They called into the podcast, and it sounds like when the killer that was after her when she was like a kid is coming back, and the police don't believe her. So that's what this one's about. Excited to read this one because we like a good stalking story, y'all. Now, this one I was excited to find because when I went to London, if you watch my London vlog, y'all, I had to put some books back in that reading vlog. If you know, you know I didn't even come back with all the stuff that I took because I had so much stuff in my luggage. But one of the books that I saw that I really, really wanted to get was A Murder for Miss Hortense. And this is about a Black woman who likes to investigate like mysteries and stuff like that. And she works, she's a retired nurse. She likes to garden. She likes to bake, and she likes to, and she immigrated from Jamaica, so she's Jamaican woman, and she likes to solve like mysteries. That's one of the things she likes to do in her spare time. But she uncovers like this mystery going on with this Black investors group, and someone is found dead at one of like the members or something like that. So she's trying to figure out what happened. I really wanted to get this book, but like I said, I didn't have space. So when I actually saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I want that. This is by Mel Pennant, and I think it's so cool. This is a mystery, a beautiful novel suffused with fondness and wit, a real triumph by Alexander McCall Smith. And I really wanted to get this one because in that London book vlog, I was like focusing on stories based in London specifically or by London authors. And I feel like sometimes we don't really get exposed to like other authors because they don't, like, you may see them here and there, but they're not big in the stores and they may not be as popular. So I was really excited to see this. There's another one I wanted that I saw on Barnes & Noble, which is crazy because I would have never like zoned in on those books if I did not see them in London. So that was kind of cool that it was here. I think this is a different cover, but I like it. It's super cute and I can't wait to read it. Now, the last one I got from there, I didn't actually buy. So I am friends with old girl at the bookstore. So she's really nice, and she like always gives me like, if they have like arc or something that has been released, she'll give me the arc so I don't have to buy it. Like, she's super cool. But she had 2 copies of The Coworker by Frida McFadden, and you know how I feel about Frida, but I don't mind reading a Frida book because they're quick. They usually be like, girl, like you be having them girl moments, but they still be having that twist that you'll like. So this one I've heard about. I'm assuming it's about a coworker and something went wrong with a coworker. I can't remember. I'm not going to read the actual synopsis because I just want to go into it blind. But you see her every day, but do you really know her? So I actually got this one for free. And, you know, I'm always down for a free book, okay? Okay. Even if it's Frida, I'm down. Because, you know, Frida come through when she needs to. Now, The last bookstore haul I got is from Dollar Tree. And why I'm so excited about this is I got all these books from one Dollar Tree. Now, the Dollar Tree I was in Charlotte. I live in Charleston, but this one was in Charlotte in the Pineville Matthews area. And it's the Dollar Tree on Pineville Matthews Road by the Pop Shelf. So that's the Dollar Tree I was in. But y'all, when I looked at that book section, it was like being in the horror section, horror, thriller, mystery section of a bookstore. Because I got 6 thrillers, mystery books. 6. One Dollar Tree. Not going to multiples, just one. And I should have took a video of the setup because I really felt like I was in a bookstore, y'all. I really felt like I was in the thriller, mystery section of a bookstore. So here is my haul. I got 6 books, y'all, for what, $10? Because books are $1.50 now. But we know $1.50, we still buying the books at $1.50. Even if they're not $1 anymore. Even if they're not $1.25. Because books cost, like this one, paperback, $17.99. This one, hardback, $28. $28 for one book. And I got 6 for $10 because $1.50 times 6, right? With tax. Okay. But anyway, 6 thriller books. So the first one is No Accident. The Crash Was Only the Beginning by Laura Bates. This one, let me see. It was a plane crash with some teens that they landed. The plane crashed. They ended up on a deserted island. And of course, they're now like fighting for their lives. And of course, it don't matter if you're popular. People want to survive. So you don't get brownie points. You don't get helped out. You don't get treated any differently. And then things start happening, like accidents start happening and people start getting taken out. And they're realizing that the party that they were leaving, like something followed them. So they were at like a party and something happened at that party. And that party has followed them, or that thing has followed them to this island. So I think this one is probably more like a teen type young adult, but I'm here for it. The next one is Missing Dead Girls by Sarah Walters. Friendship is a Killer. This one is about a girl who moves to a town and she meets these people. They're good friends, and then those good friends go to a party and don't invite her. But she never gets to confront them about like, why didn't you invite me? Because one of the girls goes missing. And excuse me, now a picture of the body and a text is sent from the account with this new girl's name who just moved there, which is Tilly. And everybody's like, wait a second, who's this girl? And of course, they don't turn on her. So she also had some stuff happen to her junior year in Philadelphia, which they moved from. So it's kind of like, is this happening again? I think this one is also like a young adult, but I'm here for it. The next one is The Guest House. Keep Your Family Safe, Whatever the Cost. It's a novel by Robin Morgan Bentley. Creepy and compelling, says Teresa Driscoll, bestselling author of I Am Watching You. This one is, let's see. Okay, Jamie and Victoria are about to have a baby, so they go off for like a little vacation before the baby comes out into this remote country guest house that's owned by like these 2 old people. When they wake up, the 2 old people are gone. Their phones are gone. The house is deserted. Their keys are gone. And the baby is, of course, due in a couple weeks. All right, you know, because people like to be chancing it. A couple weeks, the baby is due. But Victoria feels like the baby is going to come now, and they can't get out of this island. Disturbing and tons of fun. Can't see who said that because it's covered by a sticker. And I'm not trying to do the whole peeling thing. But I was like, this one seems really good. A lot of these books are short. Like, this one is barely over 300 pages. This one is like barely, it's like 220 pages. And then this one is like 260, 70-ish pages. So very short reads. The next one is The Secret Next Door by Rebecca Taylor. I was about, wait, did I already get one by her? A twisted tale of surprise and psychological suspense, says what the heck? Says Johanna Schaffhausen, award-winning author of Gone for Good. That's the name. I can't really pronounce that. But anyway, this one says it's the perfect neighborhood filled with not so perfect people. So basically, this is about a woman who wants to make sure her son has a loving home, safe neighborhood, because she did not have that. There's this woman named Bonnie who is like that head matriarch of the neighborhood, has a son that's going to Yale, a young kid who's in kindergarten and looking to be like a political person. has a child in middle school, Elijah, but he's had like some things go down, like, you know, it says Elijah and their private family struggles that cast a shadow over her plans. So basically, she is trying to elevate, but then a kid is found dead, and basically gossip in the city, and it's like these perfect neighborhoods, what happens when, you know, people turn on you type of thing. And they're in affluent neighborhoods. So this one has a little over 300 pages. Not too much, a little over 300 pages. And the words, I mean, easy reads, lots of space between them. These are good, quick reads. 2 hardbacks were found in there. Tell Me What Really Happened by Chelsea Doty, author of The 100 Lives of Lizzie Lovett and As You Wish. She's Missing, They Were With Her. So basically, this book is about some kids who go on, I think they're kids or college students. They would get away from their parents and spend the weekend camping. Yeah, it doesn't say if they're college or like just, oh, it's a YA mystery, so they're probably like in high school. But basically 4 friends come back and 1 does not. And it's like, okay, well, what really happened? And yeah, this is definitely a young adult novel. Like, it has like, it's almost written kind of, okay, because that's probably like interviews, because it's kind of written like with, you know, pauses in there, lots of space in the book. Easy to read chapters. So this is a YA book, and this one has almost 400 pages, but with the spacing, it's probably not that much. That much of a, you know, longer read. And this one is Blood Sugar, a novel by Sasha Rothschild. She's accused of 4 murders. She's only guilty of 3. Y'all, I read that and I was like, I'm here for it. So basically, this lady has killed before. She doesn't, apparently it says like, it says, I could just kill you right now. It's something we've all thought at one time or another, but Ruby Simon has actually acted on it 3 times to be exact. Though she may be a murderer, Ruby is not a sociopath. So it's basically this lady who has killed, and that, I think that was like literally all I read. And this one has a little over 300 pages. The chapter names are pretty funny. It's like, let's see, it's Smoke, and then Straw, and Omission. So I don't know, really exciting chapter names, but I'm excited to read that one. Those were the 6 books that I got from Dollar Tree. Super excited about those. Now let's get into the book items that aren't books, but are for the lovers of books. And I'm going to say the lovers of Halloween. So that was my loophole. I can't shop this month. And when I say this month, the month of August, thank God we are almost done. But there are certain things your girl is going to be buying. You know, Halloween's always on the list. So I was actually able to grab a few things because, you know, you got to get your new Halloween stuff, right? But these things also work really well for libraries. So whether you have a library like mine that's all horror, mystery, and thrillers, I still feel like some of them could be incorporated in a library just because they are bookish things. But they are the decor pieces. And right now, Michael's has so many cute things that give what I like to say Haunted Mansion. And because I have my horror, like mystery and thriller library, I like to have like that Haunted Mansion feel. It's actually how I decorated my house last year, and this year with so many more things, I can do more. But the bookish things, let me show you. So I left them on the table. Okay, so let me talk about the things. Now, one you've already seen, and I'm just going to insert a clip. They have horror, poetry, and mystery are the 3 signs that I saw like this a few months back. I have not seen them in stores since then, so it may be harder to get because it was a part of like when they first started putting things in the stores for the Halloween season, but you might be able to get them online. They feel a little heavier, kind of giving the bronze kind of sign feel, but I did get the horror one, so I've already put that up, and yes, it's staying all year long. But they also have these like glass plates with quotes. I think there's 2 different quotes I saw. This one says, "We read to know we are not alone." Now, of course, it has the Halloween vibe, but because of this type of books I read, for me, that's going to work all year round. So it's definitely going up in the house. The other one says, "There's a grain of truth in every fairy tale." This one gives more any type of feel. So if you don't necessarily have horror, mysteries, and thrillers around, gives that like fairy tale feather. So that one could work with libraries, even if it's like more romance or something like that. And then the last one, this isn't glass, it's wood. I think this is the one they had like a different saying of, but I can't remember. Like I said, there's so many things I want to go back. Not necessarily just signs, but things that would fit that Haunted Mansion theme or just look good in like an old like library. And this one says, never trust the storyteller, only trust the story. I thought that was so cute. And this one's like that particle wood. Like I think the frame is wood and then this part is like the particle board. So I thought these were super cute finds. Like I say, Michael has so many things that does give library, haunted, or just old and regal home. And like I said, they fit a lot of bookish themes. They had quotes by like William Shakespeare. And they also have an Alice in Wonderland collection. And when I said the things were so freaking cute. So if you're a big Alice person, that's something that you could bring and incorporate just in your home all year round. And I like when I find things like this that fit my like library, but also just fit my home. So that is all for this haul. My name is Sarah Sho'Shanna. For those of you who are new, join the family. We'd love to have you. And for those of you who keep coming back, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.